Hello everyone, and welcome to the Mat 211 review on linear programming. My name is Julia, and I work for the tutoring centers at ASU. So let's take a look at our problem. A school offers two language classes, English and Spanish. Each student can take only one or the other. No more than 1,000 students wish to take a language class. Japanese has a maximum capacity of 300 students, whereas Spanish only allows for 1,500 students. Use the y-axis as Spanish and the x-axis as Japanese. Graph the solution set for students enrolled in each course. So the first thing we want to do is we want to think about what our variables are. We're using the y-axis as Spanish, so the number of students taking Spanish is going to be y. Likewise, the number of students taking Japanese is going to be on the x-axis, so it will be x. So let's draw a little graph to get us started. So this is our x and this is our y, and we know this is Spanish, and this is going to be Japanese. Now, we want to think about what sort of inequalities we're describing in our problem. Let's take a look at this sentence. No more than 1,000 students wish to take a language class. That's 1,000 students total, so that's both students taking Spanish and students taking Japanese. So what that says is that we have x plus y is less than or equal to 1,000. Because no more than 1,000 students are going to take this, but that does include 1,000 students. So we can graph this by treating this as an equality. And let's rewrite it a little bit. We're just going to rewrite it in terms of y to make it kind of clear. So we're going to say that y, we'll just say, look at just the equality for right now. Y equals 1,000 minus x. So if we, maybe each one of these ticks on the y-axis is going to be 500 students. So we'll say that this is 1,000 here. So that would give us 1,000 for our y-intercept. And then we're doing a one-to-one of students. So a one-to-one slope going this direction of students taking both courses. So we know that our x-intercept is also going to be 1,000. And you can see that if you plug 1,000 in here, y equals 0. So our first line, let's change our color here. Our first line is going to be right along here. Okay? Now we know that from our inequality, if we treated this as an inequality, so just made this our inequality instead, we know that y would be less than this, less than our line. So we know we're going to be down in this range down here. Okay? Let me switch my color again. We'll do green this time. Why not? So let's also talk about, actually we'll keep that blue first. Let's talk about our relationship between our maximum capacity of Japanese and Spanish. So we know that Japanese has a maximum capacity of 300 students, whereas Spanish allows for 500 students. So if we think about this, this creates a line between, let's say this is about 300 here. This creates a line that goes from here, 300 Japanese students, up to 1,500 Spanish students, so up here. So we want to actually we'll just draw that in instead of writing in the inequality, and we have to figure out where that overlaps with our other solution space here. So we know that we've got a little gap in here, but we know that we have to be under 1,000 students. So we're looking at the space make this orange, looking at the space in here, in between these two. Because we're never going to be higher than 1,500 Spanish students, and we're also never going to be higher than 300 Japanese students. So we would be on this side of our green equation here. So if we make it yellow, this area in here, I know this is becoming a scribbly mess, but this area in here is going to be our solution space. And let's outline that with a nice green, make it a little more obvious here. There we go. That's a little easier to see. Just scribble on it until it's obvious. There you go. All right, so this area in here is our solution space. So, let me clear this. Before I go, I just want to remind you all that if you are looking for any additional tutoring or academic support at ASU, you can go to tutoring.asu.edu. So this guy right here, and that'll take you to a link with all of our various services. If you go right to the tutor search function, which you can get to at tutoring.asu.edu, or by following this full link, you'll find our tutor search function, which allows you to find tutoring services for your particular course. So thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.